Well, folks, it's that time of year. It is the fall. We're putting stuff away for the winter, including the lawnmower. So on today's episode of Northern Outlier, I'm going to be walking you through, showing you step by step what I do to put my lawnmower away for the winter. So make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe down below if you haven't already. Stay tuned and enjoy. So a lot of people out there, I think, just don't do a whole lot to their lawnmower before they put it away for the winter. I think a lot of people just park it and kind of forget about it. I'm of the mindset you may as well do some maintenance. You've been using it all summer, so do a little bit of work on it. It doesn't take that long. Put it away and then it'll be good to go for next year. So you're probably wondering what you should be doing to your lawnmower in the fall. There's a few different things you need to do. Number one, most important thing, is putting fuel stabilizer in. So you put this in the gas and you start it up and you run it through the system, and basically this mixes in with the gas and it coats the entire fuel system with stabilized gas. Very important, you want to do that no matter what. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do that now. Once we run the engine, we're going to get it nice and warm, and then we're going to do an oil change. That's going to be the second thing. So fuel stabilizer, the instructions on this say about 15 mils per 4.5 liters of gas. I can't tell you how much is going to be in here. I'm going to go with 20 mils. I guess the other thing too I should remind you is top up your gas. So we're going to do that now. We'll pour this in, fire it up. I run premium non-ethanol gas in my mower. I recommend using premium in all small engines. I live close to the States, so you can get non-ethanol and it's relatively cheap. So stabilizer, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's about 20 mils. We'll go ahead and we'll dump that in. Okay, we're fueled up, stabilizer's in there. Let's start it up. So the first part of changing the oil, you're going to want some kind of a dish or an oil pan to put underneath to catch all the oil. So we'll put that in place. And then you're going to need a socket and an adjustable wrench to get that the plug out basically for the oil and let it drain out. So now the oil is draining. One tip, and another viewer actually left this on one of my other lawnmower videos. To drain faster, you want to pull that the cap for the oil. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So now that the oil is basically drained out of the lawnmower, the next step is to pull the oil filter. We're going to put a new oil filter on. You're going to want to have a rag to put underneath because there's going to be a little bit of oil spill. You probably have to clean up a little bit after, but yeah, just put something down. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pull that filter off, and then we'll get the new one on. So yeah, we're going to put on that new oil filter. Always make sure that it's a match for your engine. You can always look up the part number, usually in your manual, and a lot of times it'll have equivalent oil filters that you can buy that'll fit on. So make sure that fits. We'll go ahead and screw that on now. So you could see there, I took my finger with some fresh oil on it and I just put it around the seal on the oil filter. That just kind of lubricates it. We can take it off next time. It won't be really stuck on there. So make sure you do that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get the plug in the back and we can start putting in fresh oil. So now that you've gone and put the plug in, we're going to go and put the oil in. You're going to need a funnel and then 2 of these. I'm putting in SAE 30. You could put in 10W 30. Check your manual. It'll give you a list of what you can put in it and what you can't put in it. The one thing I am going to do now that I put 1 jug of oil in, I'm going to check the plug and the oil filter and just make sure I'm not leaking oil, that those are tightened up, and then I'll go ahead and put in that next liter. So now I'm just going to take the oil dipstick. I know I have the right amount of oil in there, which is like 1.8, 1.9 liters. I'm just going to put this in and check the level. And there you go. I don't know if that's focusing, but it is full. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean it, especially under the deck. So I'm going to kind of jack up the front, crawl underneath, and scrape out all that grass and junk underneath. So I got really lucky on the cleaning underneath. There really isn't actually anything under there. I did a little bit of mulching, or tried to do a bit of mulching with it a few weeks ago, and I don't know if that cleaned it up, but I'm going to show you. It's like super clean under there, and I've barely scraped anything off. So I'll show you here. So the next step in cleaning is I'm going to take the shop vac and just go around and kind of suck up all the dust and leaves and dirt. So for this, I'm going to remove the floor. I'm also going to remove these covers over here and just give it a really good vacuum. So this step is completely unnecessary, but I figured I'm doing all this work, I may as well just give it a thorough clean, make sure it's good to go for the spring. So you probably think I'm crazy for doing all this cleaning, but the way I look at it is these machines cost thousands of dollars. You want to maintain it. I want it to last me a very long time. So you may as well take care of it, and cleaning is part of that process. So that might be an unnecessary step. I like things clean, so I just gave it a quick wipe down. Ideally, you'd probably use a pressure washer to get some of the grime off. There's lots of grime kind of around the deck, especially the lower edge, so it's up to you. I gave it a quick wipe down. I might give it a pressure wash in the spring. It's pretty late in the year now, so I'm not too concerned. It's pretty clean overall. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and grease all my zerks. So I need a grease gun and a rag, and we'll get that done. So I got my grease gun, I got my rag. I'm going to go and I'm going to wipe down all the zerks and then do about 2 or 3 pumps into each zerk. If you used a grease gun before, you'll feel the pressure. But yeah, I just want to grease it before I put it away. So there's 2 zerks on this model, on the one here and one down on the tire, and then each of the pulleys also has one. So we're going to do every single one and make sure it's well greased. So you just want to go and wipe it down with your rag. Get some of that old grease and dirt off there. And then if you've used a grease gun before, just fits over the zerk like that. Give it a few pumps. I do 3. And that is freshly greased. So we got it all cleaned up, we got it greased. I'm gonna let it dry. Once it's dry, we'll put the pulley covers back on, and then it's ready to be put away. When I go and park it in my covered shelter, I'm also gonna pull the battery. So that's the last step. Pull the battery out, put it on charge. You could leave it on a trickle charge all winter if you wanted to, but just make sure it's fully charged and then store it in an area where it's not going to be exposed to really cold temperatures. So that's the last step. We'll let it dry and then we'll do that. So as I said, I just want to put that battery on charge. I'm going to make sure it's fully charged, let it sit for a bit, and then I'll probably just unhook it and keep it here in my garage. It doesn't get super cold in here, even in the coldest weather. It is insulated. You could leave it on charge all winter if you wanted to. Take it in your house, that's another option. But yeah, I'll probably just leave it out here, make sure it's fully charged, and store it. Okay, so there you have it, folks. That is how I prepare my lawnmower for the winter. People probably do a little bit more. People probably do less. Certain things I probably didn't need to do, but that's what I do. So anyways, I hope you found it useful. Let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments down below and I'll answer them. But lastly, make sure you hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, please. It really helps out the channel. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time. Thank you, guys.